What is up, guys? As you can see, today we're back with another Arena of Valor video, and today I'll be showing you a really nice Varus mid lane gameplay I had. And again, we are gonna be using Daze. And now I was in the champion select. I was like, okay, I'll play Varus mid lane. It is pretty good this game. And I was like, okay, what should I take? I don't need Flicker against the enemy team. So I was gonna take Sprint, but I don't feel like there's anyone to sprint after on the enemy team because Maganga is not gonna escape from me. Violet is gonna roll away anyway, so I was like, okay, I won't use Sprint, I'll try Daze. I thought about it, it seemed like it makes sense because you can daze them, then you can easily hit your abilities, get your passive, etc. And so I decided to try out Daze, and I have to say I really liked it this game, and you'll see why. And yeah, for the Varus mid lane, I'll be putting in the build. I think these enchantments are really nice for her. Devil's Awakening is also possible to use, but I really prefer this one. And here my Volcath just ends up ganking really well, ends up finishing them. Maganga, really nice there. And yeah, as I said, for this build, I would just usually go the Aegis for the cooldown reduction into Muramasa. You know, the general tournament build, they all use that in tournaments. See, we end up dazing her here and then S1 her for the easy kill. But anyway, so as I said, Aegis into Muramasa. However, this game I was laning against Maganga. An item that counters Maganga really well is the belt, the magic resistance belt. Because whenever he hits you, you regen some health, and it basically nullifies his poison. So I wanted to go that to help me with the harass, and then we went for the usual build. And yeah, it ended up working really well. Now you can see my Quillen is invading the enemy blue buff, but he was getting pushed out. So I was like, okay, I'll clear my wave first anyway. And now we have some time to roam while the Maganga is busy clearing his wave. And we just end up getting a free kill here. Now the Violet is AFK. I try to ping my team to go back. Do not kill the AFK, but yeah, they ended up killing her anyway, and now we just end up hitting our abilities on both of them, end up stunning them, and yeah, that is another easy 2 kills. And now I misclicked S2. I usually max S1, but I misclicked 1 point onto S2. But we are gonna continue maxing S1 as usual. And you can see my Volcath is doing pretty well. He's ganking, he's it seems like the hero is pretty strong. It seems like he's doing fine in the lane against Irie as well. I didn't get a chance to try him out yet. I will over the next couple days. But yeah, and then I will of course post a video. But so far I didn't get a chance. And yeah, you can see we do decent damage. I decide to just jump in here, get my passive, get my S2 again, kill him. The passive actually ends up missing the Murad. I think he S2'd there, but anyway, we still ended up doing really well, surviving with a slither of HP and running away there, setting up 2 kills for our team. And now I am pretty greedy, but I see all the enemies on the minimap. They're pretty far away, so I know I can get the quick push there, get that wave before I go back, and we end up doing exactly that. Gonna skip the back port, and there we go. Now we are building the Aegis. I know a lot of people always tell me Aegis doesn't seem to make a lot of sense on her because you don't need mana, you end up being quite squishy, only armor, no health. But the thing is, the cooldown reduction is just so strong on her because you want to be building that ult as much as possible. I mean that passive, you want to be using that passive as much as possible, and for that you need to use your abilities as much as possible. So cooldown reduction is just absolutely broken on her, and that is why also Devil's Awakening is a really good enchantment to have as well. I just prefer this Endless Battle, I think it's called. Here we might be able to kill him after I... Nope, he dashes away right before the stun, but we end up diving him, and it seems like he will just die. Yep. I end up stunning him and I just run away because I know my Telenas will just finish him. And we are becoming a little bit assistance Andy this game. 7 assists, only 3 kills, but it doesn't matter. As long as the team gets the kills, it doesn't really matter. Especially because the Telenas is just really strong late game carry. Here I'm using my ult in case the Mura comes. He did come, but he ended up missing his ult, so we didn't need to jump away. Now the wave will get the tower, I believe. Yep, we end up getting the tower. Here I just want to push the next wave. As a mid laner, it's very simple. You just push your wave out. As any laner, you just want to keep pushing your wave as soon as possible. Just one-shot those minions and then roll. But never, always look at the minimap. Look at your side minions on the minimap. The little dots that are coming. Wherever your dots are, you just mirror it on the enemy side of the map, and that's where the enemy's minions are incoming as well. So that's how you time when you have to push the wave. And yeah, it's very simple. You just always have to get that wave. Again, I just kept pushing my wave and we ended up getting the tower for free pretty much. Just by me always pushing my wave and the Meganga not doing that good of a job. That was a very nice Irie ult. Of course, as you know, her ult dodges CC. And that's how she ended up surviving there, dodging my S2 with her ult, not getting CC'd. And now again, I'm just pushing out my wave. We end up doing a lot of damage to Meganga, but it wasn't enough. But now we just end up stunning him again, and he just gets picked off by our Volcat. Our armor goes a little bit too deep here, I feel like, but I end up getting a very nice S2 again, and we just end up diving them. And now I'm having a little bit of a brain lag because there's minions, so I should just push. But I end up just hoarding back. It wasn't a disrespect, but yeah. I actually remember I was like, what are you doing when that happened? Anyway, so here I want this blue buff because Quillen does not, I don't really need it. I'm almost maxed cooldown reduction, but it's nice to have. And he really doesn't need it because he doesn't need any cooldown reduction. He just resets his abilities with his ult anyway, with his passive of his ult, whenever he gets an assist or kill. So I was like, please give me that, and he ended up giving it to me, so I really appreciated that. Anyway, so here we end up getting the little minion, and we just go back to our wave to push it. We just use ult because might as well, 12-second cooldown. Not really that big of a deal to use ult there. Push out that wave a little bit faster. Here I probably could have just jumped in, get an auto attack, and then use my passive, but I ended up deciding not to. Here I thought the Violet would be in that bush, but she was still pushed up in the lane, and that's a free kill for our Telenas. And now this Irie ends up walking into us as well. I tried to use my ult there, but for some reason I must have cancelled it or something. Well, we end up getting an even better ult there, hitting 2 people, getting the kill anyway, so it ended up working just fine. Now again, I'm just walking back to my mid lane to just push it out while my team is pushing the bot wave. And that way, whenever we get the bot lane tower, we will have minions in the mid lane as well to continue pushing maybe the core even. So that is it. And there we go for the Medallion of Troy, of course, for the cooldown reduction, which maxes us at 40%. Here we hit our hook at max range, kind of lucky there. I thought it was out of range, but yeah. She almost ended up dying. Now I just go into the Meganga, again CC him. He dies to the armor. I end up missing my S1, slightly out of range there. End up re-engaging, missing S2, again out of range. And now our Quillen died, so we can't really keep pushing. So we will probably back out here. Also, if you look at the minimap, Telenas is in our jungle farming for some reason, but it is okay. Red buff not up, unfortunately. I really like red buff on the Varus because of course you end up auto attacking a lot as well, and it just makes you be able to stick to your target way better. It's the same reason why people buy Yogas, or they used to at least, on Varus. It's also a really good item. And now I will probably decide to go for, I saw I was thinking some enemy would try to steal it, so I just tried to burst it. It doesn't really matter if Telenas or me get it, as long as someone of us gets it, so I just tried to last hit it, but I think the Murad ended up getting it with his punish. And here we pre-ordered the Fenrir's. Usually I would probably go something more tanky, but remember, we are playing the mid lane role here, so we have to deal a little bit more damage. We end up catching her out with the S2 very beautifully there. And we still have our Daze ready, keep that in mind as well. I had some very nice Daze usages early on in the game, but then I kinda stopped a little bit. Now we use Daze, of course. As I said, Daze, you just jump in with your ult, you Daze everyone. It just adds another stun to the Varus kit, and it really isn't bad. Sometimes it really isn't as recommendable as I would say on Hayate. On Hayate, I think it's really good. On Omega, I think it is pretty good. On stuff like that. On Toro, I think it's really good. On Varus, sometimes yes, this game it fit very well. You saw I had some really nice plays, but sometimes, most of the time, you would prefer to go sprint. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and if you enjoyed, leave a like, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, boys. Bye bye.